Patrick Tighe, thanks very much for joining us. I appreciate it. So I know from watching the national anthem controversy that the NFL as an organization has a deep social conscience. And yet I'm finding that hard to square with, I think, your allegation that they're refusing to pay players who were injured during service in the NFL. Am I mischaracterizing that?
Only in the sense that, no, I think you're characterizing it correctly. I don't think the NFL is in favor of the kneeling. You think they are?
No, I'm just mocking, because we've seen statements about how, you know, they care a lot about people, and yet if what you're saying is right, it sounds like they're trying to stiff people with grave physical injuries. Is that right?
Yes, they want to look good. They want to look good but not be good, absolutely.
So, I mean, give us the overview of what you think is happening here.
So in this concussion settlement case, I could talk to you about my players. I have 90 clients, and 95% of my players are African American, 5% are white. None of them have been paid. I've submitted 41 claims, and 38 of them are in audit for fraud. Over 99% of the players that are in audit for fraud are African American. And I just believe that if this were a group of retired white golfers, they would have been paid already. But
so let's take. I mean, those are claims that are pretty hard to verify unless you have something in writing. I assume you don't. Let's get to the physical facts of it. Are these players demonstrably injured?
Yes.
Okay. Did the NFL know that what they were doing posed a physical risk to them for CTE?
Well, the allegation, the complaint was that they and Rydell, helmet maker, knew the damages that they were causing to brains since the 1960s.
Huh. And
they settled this case because they didn't want to be subjected to any discovery which would prove that out.
Interesting. Why do you think that since the national anthem story has received so much coverage and so many at ESPN, for example, have taken the side of the players, that so few sports commentators have raised this issue with the kind of vehemence they brought to the national anthem controversy? I'm a little confused.
Well, the NFL is very powerful, and they're very intimidating to sports broadcasters. They would pull their credentials if they didn't do exactly what the NFL wanted. And it's our contention that the NFL likes this controversy. It's a patriotic controversy. It shifts the blame from the NFL to the players, and it shifts the focus from the trouble with football, which is the causing of these brain injuries and the ruining of men, to rich players kneeling in protest.
Interesting.
And it gets the public to be mad at the players and not mad at the NFL.
Well, is there science on this question? What percentage of NFL players who played, for a year or more, who've really engaged with the league, what percentage sustained permanent brain injury?
Well, a single concussion is a traumatic brain injury, which would be permanent. So I would say between 99 and 100% of them. Ann McKee up at Boston University, who did the CTE neuropathological study, also says that the statistics in the high 90 percentile.
And what percentage of those see their lives affected negatively by those injuries?
Well, I have players that range in age from 31 all the way up till 70, and they are all affected by it. And they all come in and have the same symptoms, the same complaints, and the same problems. It's just where they are on the spectrum, how bad it has gotten.
And is there any way to stop the progression of this impairment?
Well, there are some studies going on. Jupiter Medical Center down here in Palm Beach County has a hyperbaric chamber program with Joe Namath that seems to be promising that it might work.
Yeah. Boy, it's a sad story. Thanks very much for sharing with us. I appreciate it.
Thank you.